You ever stand at your kitchen sink filling a glass and just sort of pause, wondering what exactly is in that tap water?
Oh, definitely. And then you think, maybe I should filter that.
Right, and suddenly you're drowning in options, filters, purifiers, whole systems. It can be pretty overwhelming, like trying to find your way in a thick fog.
It absolutely can. The market's just flooded with choices,
Hmm.
all promising, the best water ever.
Yeah.
It's really easy to get lost in all the jargon and tech speak.
That is exactly where we come in today. We're doing a deep dive into home water filters and purifiers.
Yep.
Our mission here is to cut through that confusion, pull out the really key insights from the research we've looked at, and just help you get a handle on the differences, the benefits, what to consider.
So you can actually make a choice that feels right for your home.
Exactly. We want to unpack what makes these systems tick and why those little differences actually matter for your water.
Okay, so starting right at the top, a
Mhm.
really crucial point that came up again and again. Are filters and purifiers actually the same thing?
Good question.
And the short answer is no. They both improve water, sure, but they work quite differently.
Okay, let's break that down then. So, filters. What I'm getting is they mainly tackle the physical stuff, things you might actually see, like sand or rust, sediment.
Exactly. They're kind of the first line of defense. Good for a basic cleanup.
But purifiers, they go deeper.
Oh, yeah, much deeper. Purifiers often use these advanced multi-layer setups. You hear about activated carbon, reverse osmosis, RO, membranes.
It's RO.
That technology allows them to get rid of microscopic threats. We're talking heavy metals, chemicals, even tiny microorganisms. The result is, well, significantly purer water.
Which leads to a really important takeaway from the sources.
Hmm.
It seems strongly recommended to filter your tap water because there could be stuff in there, heavy metals, chemicals that you just can't see or taste.
Precisely. It's often about the invisible contaminants.
Okay, so with that key difference filter versus purifier clear, let's dig into the main types of systems you can get for your home.
Yeah, we found there are basically four main categories.
Hmm.
And which one's best for you really depends on, well, your budget, how much installation work you're up for, just how convenient you need it to be.
Makes sense. Different strokes for different folks.
Exactly. Each one feels a slightly different need.
So, first up, countertop water filter systems.
Okay.
These sound great for, say, renters, smaller places, or maybe if you just want flexibility. Lower cost up front, maybe even portable.
Yeah, absolutely. You literally just, put them on the counter.
That's simple enough.
And looking at specific examples, the Simpure RO water filter system really caught our eye.
Okay, what's special about that one?
Well, first off, zero installation needed. You just plug it in.
Oh, nice.
And it uses a four-stage RO filtration system. But what's really impressive are the certifications. It's certified by SGS against NSF and NSI 58 and also EPA 537 standards.
Okay, NSFA and SI 58. That sounds important. What does that actually mean for the water?
It's a big deal. NSSA NSI 58 specifically certifies reversed osmosis systems. It means an independent body verified it can tackle tough stuff like lead, arsenic, fluoride, nitrates, things you definitely want out.
Wow.
And this system, it removes 99.99% of over 1,000 contaminants. Viruses, bacteria, heavy metals, chemicals, the list goes on.
That is incredibly thorough. And I saw something about UV purification.
Yes, that's another standout feature. It uses UV light, no chemicals, to zap 99.99% of microorganisms and bacteria. That's huge for safety, and some say for taste, too.
Definitely. Plus, it seems pretty eco-conscious. Talks about filter life and reducing plastic.
Right, 528 gallons per filter set, which cuts down massively on buying bottled water, and it's efficient good water-to-waste ratio, and fast, like a cup of water in 15 seconds.
For quick. And it's good to know they're a US-based company, Seattle, been around since 2006. Gives a bit of confidence and support.
For sure. Then still on countertops, there's the Berkey water filtration system. Very popular name.
Ah, yes, the Berkey. Looks different, more like a stainless steel urn sometimes.
Exactly. Also sits on the counter. But its big differentiator is it needs zero electricity. No tools, no plumbing.
Okay, so how does it work?
It relies on gravity and these
Yeah.
things called black Berkey elements. They're independently tested to remove over 250 contaminants from freshwater sources.
No electricity. That makes it super versatile, right? Like for emergencies or camping?
Absolutely. Perfect for off-grid living, RVs, power outages, you name it. That's a huge plus for a lot of people.
And the filter life.
Also impressive, a pair of those elements can filter up to 6,000 gallons. That's a
Yeah.
lot of water. Very economical in the long run.
Wow, 6,000 gallons. So just pour water in the top, get great tasting water out the bottom. Simple.
Pretty much. Great for drinking, cooking, coffee, whatever.
Okay, so countertop systems offer some serious filtration and flexibility, but maybe you want something even simpler, something you can just, like, stick in the fridge.
Right. That brings us neatly to category 2, water filter pitchers.
The classic fridge accessory.
Exactly. These are all about convenience, filtering smaller amounts, and easily keeping cold water ready.
And probably the most recognized name here is Brita.
Mm-hmm.
Our research shows they're BPA-free, easy to fill, designed to fit most fridges. Holds about 10 cups. Enough for a few reusable bottles.
Yeah, standard features.
Yep.
But the key is what they take out. Brita says they reduce 99% of lead, plus chlorine, which affects taste, cadmium, mercury, benzene, asbestos.
So, still pretty effective for common concerns. And they have that little indicator light.
Yep, the smart electronic indicator reminding you when to swap the filter, which, by the way, has a huge environmental angle.
How so?
Well, each filter lasts about 6 months, and they estimate using one can save you from buying up to 1,800 single-use plastic bottles a year.
1,800 bottles. That is a massive impact. Good for the wallet, great for the planet.
Definitely. And then there's another popular pitcher option, zero water.
Okay, zero water. What's their angle?
They also have a compact design, filter change indicator, all that. But their big claim is a 5-stage filtration system.
5 stages in a pitcher.
Yeah. It's designed to remove nearly all total dissolved solids, TDS.
TDS, right. That's like minerals, salts, metals dissolved in the water.
Exactly. Their goal is to remove almost everything, aiming for what they call the purest tasting water.
Interesting. Does it have certifications?
It does. IAPMO, certified to reduce PFOA, PFOS. Those are those persistent forever chemicals we hear about, plus lead, chromium, mercury, and it's BPA-free.
PFOA, PFOS. That's important. And I saw something about a meter.
Yes. The kit actually comes with a free TDS meter, so you can literally measure the dissolved solids in your tap water versus the filtered water yourself.
That's pretty clever. Lets you see the difference directly.
And again, good on the plastic reduction front. Saves up to 110 single-use bottles per filter, maybe $660 a year.
Okay, so pitchers are great for convenience and smaller needs, but what if you want something more integrated? Filtered water right from the tap, but maybe not for the whole house yet.
Right. That leads us to category 3, under sink water filter systems.
Okay, under the sink. So hidden away, more permanent.
Exactly. Ideal if you want really comprehensive filtration just for your drinking water, usually through a separate dedicated faucet next to your main one. And yeah, it involves some installation under the counter.
Gotcha. What's a good example here?
The iSpring RO water filter system came up frequently. It's an NSF-certified 6-stage RO system rated at 75 GPD.
75 GPD gallons per day.
Right. That tells you its capacity, 75 gallons of purified water per day, which is, more than enough for most households' drinking and cooking needs.
And being RO, it's hitting those tough contaminants again.
Oh, yes. Removes up to 99% of over 1,000 contaminants. PFAS, chlorine, fluoride, lead, arsenic, the works. Very thorough.
But this one has 6 stages. What's the 6th stage doing?
Ah, that's the unique part. The 6th stage is an alkaline remineralization filter.
Remineralization. Why would you do that after purifying?
Good question. Sometimes RO is so effective it strips out beneficial minerals along with the bad stuff. This can make the water taste a bit flat or acidic. So this filter adds back healthy minerals like calcium and magnesium, and it helps balance the pH, making the water slightly alkaline. The idea is to get a more natural, pleasant taste.
Ah, I see. So it's purifying, then improving the taste and feel. Best of both worlds, kind of.
That's the goal. And maintenance seems pretty well thought out. Transparent housing on the first filter so you can see when it's dirty, long-life filters.
And installation. Is it a nightmare?
They claim it's designed for DIY. It comes with everything you need, clear manual, even videos. And leak-free installation is a big focus. Plus, you get a warranty and support based in Georgia, USA.
That support aspect is definitely reassuring for something plumbed in.
For sure. Okay, so we've done countertop, pitcher, under sink. What's left?
The big one. Whole house water filters.
The full Monty.
Right. This is for when you want to treat all the water coming into your home, protecting pipes, appliances, every single tap.
A much bigger undertaking, but comprehensive.
And for this category, our sources pointed to systems like the Culligan water softener as an example. Though technically this one's often focused on hardness, the principles apply to whole house sediment filters too.
Right. Culligan is a big name in water treatment. So a whole house filter system, what's its main job?
Its primary function is usually to catch sediment, dirt, sand, silt, right as the water enters your house.
So it's cleaning the water before it even gets to your heater, your dishwasher, your washing machine.
Exactly. That's a key benefit. It provides whole house filtration, protecting all those appliances and your plumbing
Yeah.
from sediment buildup. That can help them last longer and run more efficiently.
Makes sense. Less gunk means less strain. How's the installation and upkeep on these?
Generally more involved, often needing professional installation, but models like the Culligan example focus on ease of use after that. Things like valve and head bypass for easier filter changes, a timer to remind you, sturdy construction.
So a bigger investment up front, but protects your whole system.
Pretty much. Cleaner water for drinking, cooking, showering, laundry, everything. It covers all the bases.
Okay, that's a great overview of the types. Now, regardless of which system you choose, there's something crucial that applies to almost all of them, isn't there?
Ah, yes. The ongoing part. Maintenance. Specifically
Right.
changing those filters.
It seems so obvious, but it's easy to forget. What's the general guideline?
Well, the key takeaway is that cartridges need regular replacement. Typically, sources say every 6 to 12 months.
Though some might last longer depending on the type and how much water you use and how dirty your water is to begin with.
Right. But why is sticking to that schedule so important? It's not just about keeping the water clean, is it?
No, it's also vital for the system itself. Regular replacement ensures the purifier keeps working effectively and it actually extends its lifespan.
If you neglect it.
Performance drops, you might not be getting the filtration you think you are, and you could even damage the system, leading to, bigger repair bills down the line.
It really is like changing the oil in your car, isn't it? A bit of routine upkeep saves major headaches later.
Exactly. Small investment, big payoff in performance and longevity.
Okay, one last really important point that came up. We've talked about filters and purifiers, but can you assume any purifier automatically gives you safe drinking water?
That's a fantastic question to clarify, and the answer is no. Not all systems marketed as purifiers are necessarily certified to produce potable water, meaning water safe for drinking.
Ah, okay, so you need to check.
You absolutely need to check. Now, the good news is the specific models we've highlighted today are generally designed and often certified to provide drinkable water.
But the rule is always verify.
Always verify. Look at the product specs. Check for those NSF/NSI certifications specifically related to drinking water safety standards, like NSFA NSI 53 for health effects or 58 for RO. Don't just assume.
Crucial advice. Okay, wow, that was quite the journey through the world of water filtration.
We covered a lot of ground.
We really did. We've tried to unpack this often confusing landscape from simple filters to those advanced purifiers, looked at specific examples, tried to demystify the options.
Pictures you pop in the fridge to systems that treat every drop entering your house.
Exactly. The goal really was to arm you with the essential knowledge, help you navigate these choices with a bit more confidence, a bit more clarity.
Yeah, hopefully you feel more empowered now to understand not just what's in your water potentially, but what your options actually do to make it better.
Yeah.
Knowing the why behind the what's.
So let's leave you with a final thought. Considering how fundamental water is to, well, everything we do daily,
Hmm.
and knowing now about the different ways you can significantly improve its quality. What part of your day? Maybe it's that first cup of coffee, maybe it's filling a water bottle for the gym, maybe even just your evening shower. What part might feel completely different now that you understand how truly pure water could actually be within your reach?